Welcome, Vault Dwellers. My name is Nacho Bidness, and we're at the bunker in White Springs because I want to show you a ridiculously easy way to make caps from vendors. Now, it doesn't have to be the bunker in White Springs. This will work with any vendor. I just happened to pick this location because I happen to know that it has access to an armor workbench, a weapon workbench, and my stash box. And what we're doing is we're making the Marine tactical helmet. Now, there are a lot of videos on YouTube showing where to obtain the plans for that, and I will link some of those in the description below. But as far as what we do with that tactical helmet, that I think is what gets interesting. Because if you look through the various things that we can make, even the most expensive pieces of armor are only worth 70 or so caps. And the amount of resources to invest in those is quite high. And even just scanning through like the light armor, outfits, you name it, nothing is really worth more than that 70 caps of the combat armor. And if we look at guns, it's even worse because the resource to cap ratio on weapons is very high. For example, this baseball bat doesn't take much to build, but it's only worth 20 caps. And you look through and it doesn't seem to matter what it is. None of these guns are worth more than 100 caps or so, with the exceptions possibly of the Gatling laser, Gatling plasma, light machine gun. But like, look at how much it takes to make these things. This is a heavy resource investment. It takes a lot of time to find all the parts necessary to make those guns if you're going to go sell them. And I'm not even entirely sure that you couldn't just get better results with bulk junk compared to what you have to do to get those guns. But the Marine tactical helmet, oh my gosh, I think Bethesda messed up with this, because it only takes 1 glass, 1 plastic, and 3 rubber to make this. And those resources are everywhere in the world. It is not hard to find these things at all. Now, I would not go so far as to say you could buy bulk junk, turn it into Marine tactical helmets, and then sell it back. That would still be a net loss of caps, at least if your character is spec'd out the same way mine is. See, I use 4 charisma because I'm a solo player, and the majority of the time I use the Lone Wanderer perk, which is amazing. But when I'm going to do a vendor run, I'll turn on Hard Bargain 3 and Travel Agent as my way to maximize my caps when I'm going to sell to vendors. And what we find with that Charisma 4 and Hard Bargain 3 is that a Marine tactical helmet is worth 27 caps. 7 of them would be 189 caps, and enough to almost completely clear out any vendor in the game of all the caps that they have. So think about that for a second. 7 glass, 7 plastic, and 21 rubber is enough to clear out any vendor in the game of all their caps. If you are diligent about collecting those items during your gameplay, you can pretty much run all the vendors in the entire map out of caps in a single day with, let's see, 7 times 7 would be 49 of those helmets. Since they only weigh 0.1 pounds each, that's less than 5 pounds of material that you're hauling around to take to vendors. overall, just an amazing deal. And I do wish that I could say that this was 100% my idea. I happened to find one of the White Springs vendors that had a whole ton of those marine tactical helmets in their inventory. So some unnamed other player turned me on to this, and whoever they are, I sure am glad, because it has made getting caps in order to afford those very expensive mutation serums a lot easier. So I hope you found this tip useful. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button down below. If you didn't like this video, please tell me why in the comments so that I can try and do better for you next time. If you want to see more, be sure and subscribe, because I have plenty more Fallout 76 content coming. And until next time, my name is Nacho Bidness, and I'm saying it's a great big wasteland out there. Let's go have fun in it.